Hello, and welcome to Following Jesus Together, our Wednesday video blog that keeps you updated on the happenings and different things that's happening at EFree, as well as just giving you a word from Scripture. I'm shooting this today in our sanctuary. This is the site of where we're going to be broadcasting live Sunday morning, Easter morning. We hope you'll join us 10:30 a.m. on YouTube. We'll be sending out the link very soon. You know, recently it's been recommended that we wear masks while we're out in public. This got me thinking, how often do we wear a mask? Now, I'm not referring to a physical mask. We are good at wearing masks to keep others from seeing our struggles. Often a mask can show a smile over pain. Some of you know several years ago, my wife Angie went through 2 serious bouts with cancer. And because I love my wife Angie unconditionally, I have always tried to be supportive and stand alongside her. Although I did not experience the physical pain of chemo, radiation, and surgery, I experienced the pain of a caregiver, a pain and helplessness which I hid with a mask. Now, during those years, several people asked me, "How is Angie doing?" You know, I appreciated the concern at the time. However, not many followed up with, "Well, Chris, how are you doing?" Perhaps it was selfish to think this way, but I was going through some of the same emotions and grief. You know, cancer doesn't just affect one person. It affects the entire family. We all, as a family, traveled that road together. And that road can be filled with potholes and heavy construction. You know, whenever your world is rocked with questions or doubt, it leads you to question God, to question God's presence, and question God's goodness as you go through the tough stuff of life. To this, there is a story in the Gospel of John, the Bible, where the disciples also faced fear. The context is that Jesus is at the Last Supper. He had just told the disciples that he would soon be leaving them. Now, this raised questions in their minds. And as usual, Peter was the first one to speak up. He asked Jesus in John chapter 13, "Lord, where are you going?" And Jesus answered him, "Where I am going, you cannot follow me now, but you will follow me afterward." This is the account when Jesus told Peter that he would deny him 3 times. Peter's reply was a mask of impatience, stating that he would never do such a thing. Jesus then speaks to all the disciples to bring them comfort in their own mask of doubt. "Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am going, you may be also." Jesus here reaffirms 2 things with the disciples and also for us. First, that he is the only one that they should be trusting in. In other words, he, Jesus, has everything in control, so there's no need to worry. Second, Jesus promises the disciples that they would go with him in the future. Jesus is not only going to prepare the place, but he will come back for them and also for us. In other words, he doesn't ignore us either now or in the future. Today, as I close our short video blog together, I want to read a very special poem for you. It's special because it was written by my wife, Angie. And she wrote this poem as she went through cancer treatment several years ago. And she wrote it as she reflected on how Christ had helped her remove her mask of fear. It is called, "If I Can." If I can fling the stars into the night sky and bring so much color into the human eye, if I can count the flutters of the hummingbird's wings and change the hearts of ancient kings, If I can make a seed grow into a forest of trees and calm the most restless of seas, if I can comfort a widow in her grief and forgive a crucified thief, if I can count every hair on your head and multiply just 5 loaves of bread, if I can see the depths of the deepest ocean and put the moon's orbit into motion, if I can help you love a foe and cover a field with fresh white snow, if I can form an infant in the womb and rise again from a sealed tomb, if I can forgive you for your sin and give the Spirit to dwell within, if I can walk upon the sea and take your burden and set you free, then you can trust in me. Today, let that be the prayer of your heart. Let that be the thought that motivates each one of us to take off our mask of doubt, our mask of fear, our mask of worry or insecurity, and simply trust in God. Again, we hope to see you this week for our live Good Friday service online at 6:30 p.m. and for our special Easter morning service at 10:30 a.m. here in the sanctuary. We'll be sending out the links. Have a great week. Bye-bye.